Yeah, so the call comments stated that there was an elderly woman that lived there by herself.
Hello?
I'm not sure if they had a caretaker or not. So pulling up on scene to the call, I was the first one there. With the call comments saying that, I tried to get somebody to come to the side window, see if we could get somebody to get up and see any movement. When I pulled up, the porch was completely engulfed. So my first thought was, if there is somebody inside, I got to do what I got to do to get them out. Their safety is the highest priority. The first couple of kicks, I thought I had jarred the door handle loose because it started to fade a little bit from the actual position it was in. So I thought I had got it loose. And then I was just trying to look in the window and see if I could see some movement on the inside again, because we don't want to destroy that if we don't have to. But there was no movement, so the last couple kicks, I knew I just had to get in there. So absolutely had to get in the back door.
Hello? Your house is on fire!
Yeah, so as soon as I got in the back door, he was an elderly gentleman. He was pretty confused on what was going on. I made sure to shine my light kind of on my badge so that he knew I was Dayton Police, and then quickly told him that his porch was fully engulfed in flames and that we had to get out of there. He also said that there was a female there. I wasn't sure about how old she was or anything, and I was assuming that was the elderly female that was still in the bedroom. When we got in there originally, the smoke was pretty heavy, but as we continued to try to coax them out of the house, it started beginning to fill up pretty quickly, and that's around the time Officer Vanderpool got there, and we were able to both kind of lead them in the direction of, hey, we have to get out of here. We have to do it quickly, while understanding that they move a little slower than what we are used to.
But I think that's the first fire assist we've had where we knew that people were potentially in the house. When I get there, I see that Officer Horn, his cruiser was already out there. And then when I pulled up, I didn't see him. I seen his car, but I didn't see him. And I noticed that there weren't any broken windows or anything. So I got with him on the radio and asked him where he was, and he told me that he was about the 4th century. So at that point, I had to figure out where it is that he went in at. When I came around the front of the house, we've been on fire assists like that before, where the house is, even worse than that. So it's definitely a different amount of heat. It's not like your typical bonfire. The heat is immense. And so when I ran around the front of the house, I was kind of closer then. I stayed up against the neighbor's house. And even then, I had fully expected to, once we got out, had singe my beard or my hair or something, because it was just that hot.
Definitely when we got into the back door, into the kitchen, that's when it really started to become apparent that the house was filling with smoke. When we made entry to the bedroom, I could see the bedroom starting to fill with smoke. Definitely made it hard to breathe in there. And again, you can't see it as much on the body cam as much as it was filling the house. But we weren't really concerned with that, me and Officer Vanderpool. We were just concerned with getting them out of there and then assessing our situation and their situation once we were out of the house and out of the danger.
When we were in the house, I don't even really know that we coughed. It wasn't until you get that first breath of fresh air that it really hits you, because then your lungs try to take in all that fresh air, and you realize that it's like a burning feeling. Everybody sat around a campfire, and had the wind shift, but it's like that, but times 10. When we were in the house, there was no fire alarms going off initially. It wasn't until we were making our way out of the house and the windows blew out of the house that the fire alarms started going off.
Come on, guys, we gotta get out of here. Yeah, we gotta go. Go.
It was that point when you turn around, you kind of look at the house and see how far the flames had moved, that you really kind of realize that what you just did.
Once we were in the rear of the home, we were out of the actual fire itself and less smoke. The smoke began to still accumulate in the backyard, and the wind was pretty heavy that night, blowing in our direction. So I realized we were surrounded by a 6-foot fence. The side of the house was completely engulfed at this point. So our only option was to get through the detached garage and make entry to the alleyway so that medics and firefighters could come back that way and check on them and us.
Thanks for waking us up.
Well, I'm sorry.
No, I
That's
meant,
a
I
bad-
meant
yeah,
things.
yeah,
So
yeah.
I wasn't being sarcastic.
I mean, it's definitely a good feeling. It kind of makes you realize that that's what you signed up for. Because it's kind of cliche when you're a new officer, everybody asks you like why you became a cop, and everybody wants to help people, right? But until you're in that situation where like you genuinely know that you've helped somebody, because I mean we go call to call, and we might help diffuse people's situations, but it's rarely a situation where people realize that had you not acted when you acted, that they may or may not be there anymore.
That was definitely the most fulfilling thing I've done so far. Obviously, saving people is not something you think you're going to do every day, but it was definitely fulfilling. Getting those two out of the house, getting them to safety, that's what we signed up for. And I'm sure that anybody else on this overnight shift would have done the same thing. So
I was super close to my grandma, and I would like to think that somebody would have done the same for her. So that's kind of where I'm at for it. Like, that's somebody's family. And I know that I would never want to get, that call that somebody could have done more to help any of my family, let alone, my grandma who's elderly.
this is what we signed up for. This is what we're here for.